I may not know you personally, but I know what probably brought you here. You're probably fighting a battle that's all too familiar in this modern age. You're trying to overcome boredom, laziness, self-doubt, or procrastination. But the truth is that all of these things are simply different forms of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. They're all just versions of the same thing. And the only way to defeat them is to take action. You're not bored. If you ask people why they spend so much time on social media or binge watching TV shows, you'll hear the same thing time and time again. I'm bored. It's a lie. There is no reason for anyone to be bored anymore. We're connected to pretty much everyone around the world at every possible second in time. Instead, we choose to be bored so that we can justify spending the day distracted by meaningless things. We keep ourselves distracted because we're afraid. We're afraid of the inner voice in our head, the one that speaks the truth when the world around us is too noisy. We're afraid of the existential questions that come up when we're not constantly distracted by the internet and social media or Netflix. We're afraid of facing our own thoughts, our fears, and our own dreams. The great philosopher Blaise Pascal once said that all of humanity's problems stem from an inability to sit quietly in a room alone. And it's so true. In our hyper-connected world, we're never truly alone. But that constant stimulation comes at a cost. We lose touch with ourselves, our values, and what truly matters in life. You're not lazy. Labeling yourself as lazy ignores the underlying reasons for your behaviors. Maybe you're not feeling motivated because you're lacking confidence or struggling to meet an unfulfilled need. Whatever the reason, it's important to recognize that your inaction isn't a character flaw or a sign of laziness. It could be because of invisible boundaries that you've built up in your own mind, the fears and doubts that hold you back from taking action. You know what? With a little bit of self-reflection and the courage to face your inner demons, you can overcome those obstacles and you can achieve success and the happiness that you deserve. You have to stop blaming laziness for your lack of motivation and start looking at the bigger picture. By really understanding your own unique struggles and then taking steps to overcome them, you can actually break free from the boundaries that are holding you back. You're not unmotivated. What aren't you motivated to do? Work? That mindset means that you're motivated to avoid work. Most of the actions we take are driven by some potential benefit. It could very well be money, happiness, or some other driving factor. But whatever it is, there's always motivation behind the actions that we take. Think about it for a second. If you hate your job and you want to change it, but you aren't, it could be a lack of motivation. Sure, that could be what's holding you back. Or it could be something else. Maybe you have a fear of rejection. Don't think that other employers would consider you valuable for a position. It could be a fear of the unknown. After all, you've been at this job for 3 years and, the pay isn't too bad. It's at least covering the bills. Whatever it is, it's important to recognize that it's not a lack of motivation that's stopping you. It's a sign that you need to dig deeper and figure out what's really going on. And you need to start by tackling the problem. Ever lose your temper? How about do something out of anger like break glass, push someone, or scream? Ever have someone cut you off in traffic and then brake check you for no reason? How did that make you feel? How about when you see the red and blue lights in your rearview mirror? Anxiously tucked in the steering wheel. Getting anxious? Fear can make you think and do unimaginable things. Fear affects our minds in ways we don't really take the time to fully understand. When we struggle, finding things too challenging to start or complete, we let fear take over. We let it manifest as laziness, overeating, perceived boredom. We numb ourselves to our fears by staring at our phones, mindlessly scrolling. We lash out at people on Twitter or Reddit, or spend our time binge-watching TV shows and movies instead of taking action that's going to bring us closer to completing our goals. We all medicate our fear in different ways, but however you want to look at it, we're all afraid of something. You've already watched every Marvel movie 5 times, but you're so afraid of tackling a new problem or trying something new that you just restart watching Iron Man for the 10th time again. You might start writing that book you've always told yourself you're going to write, but then you stop after a few paragraphs and think to yourself, who would want to read this anyways? You're afraid you're never going to become successful and reach that $1 million goal you've set for yourself. But you're more afraid to put what you have on the line and then losing it all. You're afraid of losing your house, losing the car you're driving that you aren't really crazy about anyways. You're afraid of getting rejected, hearing no. You are afraid. So you numb yourself. You buy self-help book after self-help book from a new author every week or every month, thinking that there's going to be some kind of magic formula that's going to help you take action and start getting things done. But there's not. You just have to do it. You just have to move forward. You need to realize that all of these things are distractions we create for ourselves. They're all ways for us to try and avoid our own fear. It's going to keep on affecting you until you decide to actually make a change and take action. You need to break the cycle and take action to get started. If you're looking for motivation, start doing something and watch how much closer that brings you to your vision that you have for yourself. And if you don't have a vision for yourself, that's where you need to start looking. You have to be willing to learn, implement new ideas, fail and evolve. That's what life is. Learn, implement, fail, evolve, and repeat. The more you do it and the faster you do it, the quicker you'll end up achieving success. Don't look at a failed idea as a failed opportunity to grow. What did you do this time that you can do differently next time instead? What didn't you do? What can you try? You need to evolve and adapt to challenges and setbacks so that you can grow and achieve different goals in your life, but you need to try. Learn from your past mistakes. That might include focusing, learning how to focus. But focus requires you to focus. You need to follow one course until successful. And this was one of the hardest things for me to do. I always had a million things going on at the same time. I'd be working on one thing and then squirrel. Something would pull my attention away and I would say yes to another opportunity without perfecting the one that was in front of me. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with pivoting, but you have to learn how to avoid shiny object syndrome. If you have an idea you're pursuing, beat it into the ground until you're successful, or you know that you're not going to make what you need out of your life by following this path. If you realize an idea that you're building on won't get you there, then pivot. But until then, focus on one goal, one objective at a time, rather than trying to pursue multiple goals simultaneously. By focusing all of your energy and resources on one single goal, you will end up increasing your chances of success. If you were to focus on the task in front of you, you would crush your goal. You should know the big picture of what you want to accomplish, but you should be so focused on the one single step that you can take so that nothing else is going to distract you. Nike said it best with their just do it strategy. Just do it. Take action and figure out your own way to do it. There is no magic pill, no formula, no aha moment that you're going to get by reading your 20th self-help book this month. You need to put in the work based on your own values and beliefs. If you believe you can build a freelancing videography business, then get out there and start shooting. Offer the services for free or low cost for the first few clients so that people start buzzing about your work. Post to social media instead of scrolling through social media. But just do something. Don't just sit there and stare at a screen. Make a plan and take action. They say success happens when opportunity and preparedness meet. But if you haven't prepared for success, how can you be ready when the opportunity presents itself? If you want to be an actor, for example, and you're not taking acting classes, or you're not shooting your own short films or participating in student films, why do you think a casting director would look at you as a serious option? You need to learn about the industry you want to be involved in. You need to obsess about it. You need to take in as much knowledge as you possibly can and then apply that knowledge. Will your circumstances be perfect? Nope, probably not. Chances are you're going to face an uphill battle. But how bad do you want it? How bad do you want the thing? Just do it. Take action on the next step, even if it's just the smallest step that's going to move you forward. If you want to start a YouTube channel, write out the 10 videos that you're going to create right now. Grab a pen and paper and do it. Do you have a freelancing business that failed? Okay, shut her down and start fresh. Look at the mistakes that you've made and try again. Chances are good you're going to feel unmotivated. You won't want to keep on pushing forward, and that's okay. It's okay to have those feelings, but when you've already started taking action, it is so much easier to kick those feelings to the curb and just keep going. You'll be so much more confident handling setbacks when they come up if you're moving towards achieving the goals that you've set for yourself. So, my challenge to you is this. Don't let fear hold you back from living the life that you truly want and deserve. Take that first step towards your goal, no matter how small it seems. And before you know it, you're going to be on your way to a happier and more fulfilling life. You can do this. I believe in you. You can conquer your fears and achieve greatness. Share this video with a friend that might need some help in their lives as well. Share the love. And if you're looking for ways that you can improve your focus, you should also check this video out.